Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to give a quick summary of the Sikha. So you have a Varek for Shabbos. So in Parsha Naso, in Kudish Sikha's Chelek Beis, we bring down from in this week's Parsha, and we're talking about this in Basel Gani, this concept of Shtus Lumadzer and the pasuk that it brings connection with this idea of Shtus Lumadzer. Shtus Lumadzer means literally they translated, I think, is folly of the opposite side of Kedusha, which means basically it's things that are irrational, doing things irrationally. Or in simple English, like it says, Ein Adam Eva Avera, Elohim Keinich Masperi Roch Shtus. A person is doing Avera, the spirit of folly enters him. Something insanity, something doesn't make any sense. Meaning by nature, a Yid only wants to do Torah mitzvahs. That's our nature. So when we do not do that, we do an Avera, or we do something that not even, something even minor, that is because we got come over us with the spirit of shtus. And the pasuk that it brings in regards to this concept of roch shtus, it brings the pasuk in the sixth parsha, kisishta ishtoi. In this sixth parsha, we talk about, one of the things we talk about in the parsha is a soita lady, and we bring down this pasuk kisishta when his wife will turn astray. So we question, 1 second. First of all, when there's a Maimar Chazal, when there's sayings of the rabbis, we don't always bring a pasuk. So why in this case we bring a pasuk? And second of all, the pasuk that we bring is a very intense pasuk. Talking about a woman suspected of adultery. Hasn't told her, he said, please don't seclude yourself with this and this person. And then she did. And there's witnesses that she did. No one knows what she actually did in there, but that's what she did. And so we're using that pasuk to talk about the fact that whenever we do something that is not becoming of us, not the right thing, we are considered like this questionable, faithful woman. That's very intense. And even more, to strengthen this point, even more, the Alter says in Tanya that Kaddish Atzachav Mutalach, you should sanctify yourself in what is permissible, which means something that is totally kosher, totally fine to do on a technical level. If you don't do it for the right reason, you're also in this category of shtus dulamadzeh, and therefore this pasuk is applying to you. The pasuk of a woman being suspected of adultery. Am I suspected of adultery just because I ate some ice cream? Just because I enjoyed the ice cream? Really? So we said there's two ways of answering this. There's two. So first of all, the fact that we bring this pasuk is not just to show that we know how to learn and the Rebbe knows how to learn, but it's bring the pasuk because it's trying to show us this point very, very fundamentally. And what is the point? And it's two opposites, but they're the same, and they all come together beautifully. The 2 points are like this. First of all, we have to recognize that our relationship with Hashem is deep, it's powerful, and it's no jokes. We might think to ourselves, whatever, I have love for ice cream and I have love for Hashem. Hashem needs to do all these things. Whatever, I'll do these things. So I need to daven in the morning, I'll daven in the morning. I need to learn a little bit, I'll learn a little bit. I get some tzedakah, and then I go out my day. I'm a free person to do what I want. And then when it comes to mincha, I'll daven mincha, I'll learn a little more at night. Whatever it is, I'll do my things. But what happens when you say that? Essentially, you're saying there's me, my world, and then Hashem and his world, that we interject a little bit. Like, I forgot what it's called, that like pie, that chart that has like these two circles and they cross over. There's some crossover between us and Hashem. So what we're learning here from this pasuk is that it doesn't work that way. You're in a relationship with Hashem, a deep relationship. And anytime you do something that's questionable, that it affects the whole relationship. And this is for sure, same is applied. You can apply it to marriage. Maybe in essentially the same extent, maybe not 100% because Hashem is, of course, way above and beyond. But for sure in the same extent, in the sense that everything you do in a marriage is of vital importance. And you can never say to yourself, it's not so matter. So I won't tell my wife, good morning, whatever. Or I won't try to be nice to my husband. I won't care for what he needs. And I know he likes the food this way. Whatever, I don't care. It doesn't work that way. You have to be very much involved. And anytime we do something that's not, we say, I don't care. I'm not gonna do whatever I want. You're making big issues within the relationship. That's a very, very bad state. So and how do we see this? It's from this pasuk. And that's why we bring this pasuk. We're not bringing this pasuk just to say, well, I know how to learn. I'm not bringing this pasuk we said seeing these pasuk is very severe, very intense pasuk. We say, yeah, because it is. Because when we go against Hashem, it's very severe. It's not jokes. It's not severe because Hashem's going to punish us. That's a shalom. But it's severe because it's uprooting the whole foundation of our relationship. And the second point, that's on one hand. On the other hand, the point of this bringing down this pasuk is bringing out something totally sort of different and the same, which is that the whole category of what we're talking about is a lady that is suspected of doing something wrong. Not that she did do something wrong. It's the whole case of the Saita is that we don't show what she did. Now, the general assumption is Sherim, that we're all kosher, that we're good. And therefore, yeah, for the time being, we did something that wasn't good, but we are good. And then in the end, what happens in the case of the Saita? The whole process happens. In the end, she goes free. I'm saying she goes to the base of Migdash. She has to do this whole process. She ends up drinking the bitter waters. And if she was clean, she didn't do anything wrong, she just played chess with the guy. So therefore, what happens? All the struggles that she had before become easier. It says that if she had a hard time giving birth, she'll have an easier time. That she had nekevish as charim. Some opinions say even say that if she wasn't able to give birth, she will be able to give birth. So it's a total transformation. And what does it mean within us? Yeah, for a time being, we could do something that's shtus, that doesn't make sense, and it's the wrong thing to do. And so the very and chas v'shalom could be not just a very drabanan, not just something small, but something very deep. It's true, but essentially, we have an nefesh l'kis, and we're connected to Hashem, and our connection is way above and beyond that. So yeah, for a time period, we do something maybe wrong, but where we would be considered like the suspected adulteress. But in the end, we go, we drink the waters, and we're good. We transform ourselves, and we tap into nefesh l'kis, and we recognize that we are above this and shouldn't be doing these things. And what happens? It transforms us to all the struggles that we had before go away. We had struggles with Avos Hashem, Yos Hashem, love and fear of Hashem. It will build. And what he says over here, and he ends off saying, and he goes, and that is really, and that will also help us reveal that neshama that we have within us. And essentially, what we're saying in another way, we have to recognize within ourselves when we do something wrong, that's not who I am. That's belittling to who I am. Who am I? I'm an nefesh l'kis. What do you mean? I'm connected to Hashem. What do you mean? But you did something wrong. You're like a suspected adulterous woman. That's only for a time period when I did something stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I was stupid. And what does it mean stupid? Any aver that we do. That's not who I am. Me? I'm nefesh l'kis. Like, and then we should train ourselves. Say, this is belittling to me to do something such a thing. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna not daven. I'm not gonna say Shema. I'm not gonna wash nose in the morning. I'm not gonna say a bracha. I'm not gonna say an after bracha. Me, you know, I am an nefesh l'kis. I'm connected to Hashem. And when we do that, that redeems us, gets us out of our personal galus, and through that prepares the world to get out of the general galus. So mentioned by all of us, you should have an amazing shabbos, Pashas Naso, and we should recognize who we are and tap into that and get excited about it and have an amazing shabbos.